Good evening everyone. Myself Mrs. Suchita Pradeep Khoth, lecturer from Sri Jain Vidya Prasarak Mandal, Rasikla Lem Dhariwal College of Pharmacy. Now this is the part 3 of an enzyme in which we are going to study about the activity of an enzyme. Learning objective. After watching this video, students will able to explain factors affecting activity of an enzyme. They will be able to apply the use of enzyme in different activities, and they will be able to define different terms of an enzyme. What affects enzyme activity? First, substrate concentration, enzyme concentration, pH, temperature, inhibitors, activators, and radiation and light. First, we will study about effect of substrate concentration. Increase in the substrate concentration gradually increases the velocity of enzyme reaction within the limited range of substrate levels. A rectangular hyperbola is obtained when velocity is plotted against the substrate concentration. Three distinct phases of the reaction are observed in the graph. First in linear fashion, later the curve flattens and becomes plateau. Thus, by increasing the concentration of substrate indefinitely, the velocity of the reaction cannot be increased beyond certain stage. The rate of the enzyme reaction is independent on concentration of substrate and enzyme. Second is effect of enzyme concentration. As the amount of an enzyme increases, the rate of reaction increases. If there are more enzyme molecules than are needed, adding additional enzyme will not increase the rate. Reaction rate therefore increases as enzyme concentration increases, but then it levels off. Third factor is effect of hydrogen ion concentration, that means the pH of an reaction. Enzyme reactions are influenced by varying hydrogen ion concentration. The optimum pH is that pH at which a certain enzyme causes a reaction to progress most rapidly. On either side of the optimum, the rate of the reaction is lower, and at a certain pH enzyme may be inactivated or even destroyed. Buffers are used to keep enzyme at an optimum or at least a favorable hydrogen ion concentration. Optimum pH is dependent on kind of buffer, particular substrate and source of an enzyme. Example are: optimum pH of human amylase is 6.8 to 7.2, pepsin is 1.5 to 2.5, and that of the trypsin is 7.8 to 8.5. Between this pH range, that is between this optimum pH, the enzyme activity is maximum. Next factor is effect of temperature. Optimum temperature is usually reached at around 37 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius for animal enzymes. Velocity of the reaction is increased from 1.1 to 3 times for every 10 degrees Celsius rise in the temperature. Above the optimum temperature, the rate decreases. The enzyme get denatured at the rate faster than the increase in reaction. Most of the enzymes get denatured about 60 degrees Celsius. The time of exposure is also an important factor. An enzyme may withstand higher temperature for a short period of time. Optimum temperature has meaning only if the time of reaction is also stipulated. Enzyme activity is maximum at the optimum temperature. Next is inhibitors, or in that the competitive inhibition and non-competitive inhibition are the two types. Inhibition means the functional group of enzymes from their active sites and surfaces react with the variety of chemical reagent, and either catalytic activity is reduced. These reagents are called inhibitors, and the process is called enzyme inhibition. Many of these are non-physiological in origin. There are some inhibitors which are present in cell cytoplasm. These physiological inhibitors regulate the activity of an enzyme. The inhibitors bind with the enzyme and reduce its activity. The mechanism of binding will be studied later on in detail according to the mode of action. The inhibition processes are classified as competitive inhibition and non-competitive inhibition. In that, first one is a competitive inhibition. In competitive inhibition, structure of inhibitor closely resembles with that of the substrate. The inhibitor thus competes with the substrate to combine with an enzyme, forming the enzyme inhibitor complex rather than enzyme substrate complex. The degree of inhibition depends upon the relative concentration of substrate and the inhibitor. Thus, by increasing the substrate concentration and keeping the inhibitor concentration constant, the amount of inhibition decrease in the substrate concentration result in increased enzyme inhibition. In this type of inhibition, enzyme can either bind with the substrate or inhibitor, but not both. Velocity is maximum is unchanged that Km, that is constant of velocity constant, is increased. For example, enzyme inhibitors are thiourea, ephedrine, etc. Second type of inhibition is non-competitive inhibition. Here no competition occurs between the substrate and the inhibitor. The inhibitor has little or no structure resemblance with the substrate and it binds with an enzyme at a place other than active site. This binding impairs the enzyme function. In this inhibition, the inhibitor generally binds with the enzyme as well as enzyme and substrate complex. In this type of inhibition, both EI, that is enzyme inhibitor complex, and enzyme substrate inhibitor complex formation take place. Velocity is maximum is lowered, but velocity constant value is unchanged. For example, enzyme inhibitors are metal ion, EDTA, etc. Next is the use of an enzyme. There are 4 types of use of enzyme. First is medicinal significance. A study of the mode of action of enzyme explains the action of certain drugs, which are enzyme inhibitors. These type of drugs belongs to the class of antimetabolites. Many drugs mediate their action by inhibiting certain enzymes. For example, sulfanilamide selectively kills pathogenic organism by inhibiting folic acid synthetase enzyme. Host cells utilize dietary folic acid while microorganisms cannot use preformed folic acid. Hence, sulfanilamide can be toxic to microorganisms but harmless to their host, and so it is effective as sulfanilamide inhibit the reaction which is essential for invading bacteria. Other some example are monoamines and allopurinol. Second one is the enzyme therapy. It has been found that enzyme can be used in the treatment. For example, asparginase is in the treatment of tumors. Galactosidase can be used for the treatment of lactose intolerance in children. Third kind of use is manufacturing of bulk drug. Some enzymes are used in the bulk drug manufacturing. For example, penicillin acylase is used for the production of 6-aminopenicillinic acid from penicillinic G. Aminopenicillinic acid is needed for almost all semisynthetic beta-lactam antibiotic. Papain, pepsin and trypsin are used as a digestant. Hyaluronidase is used in the orthopedic practice. Urokinase in cardiac diseases. Streptokinase in the treatment of thrombosis. Enzymes have potential application in the production of medicine and allied compound. Enzymic methods are better than classical chemical methods. Next kind of use is diagnostic uses. The enzymic pattern is different for different tissue in higher animals. For example, aspartate aminotransferase and lactate dehydrogenase are seen in cardiac and hepatic tissues, while its proportion is very less in other tissues. Such enzymes are called marker enzymes. Human plasma contain a wide range of enzymes which serves no obvious function. These are coming in due to leakage from living cells or from dead or dying cells. During infection, leakage of marker enzyme increases, and the rising of certain enzyme from plasma is used for the diagnosis of disease. One of the well-known example is of creatine kinase. The plasma activity of this enzyme rises when there is infection in cardiac muscles. Some diagnostic enzymes are lactate dehydrogenase, which is used for the myocardial infarction diagnosis, and aspartate aminotransferase, which is used for the hepatitis. Some other uses of the enzymes are pharmaceutical use of enzyme. Renin is used for the cheese preparation. Glucose isomerase is used for the production of syrup. Alpha amylase is used in the food industry to convert starch to the glucose. Penicillin acylase is used for the production of 6-aminopenicillinic acid. Papain, pepsin and trypsin are used in the preparation of digestion. Therapeutic uses of enzyme. Trypsin. Purified enzyme is used orally or parenterally or intramuscularly in the treatment of acute thrombophlebitis. Streptokinase. It is used in the bacterial enzyme causes fibrinolysis and dissolution of clot. Pepsin is used in the treatment of gastric acylia. Lysoenzymes useful in the treatment of eye infection. Galactosidase useful in the treatment of lactose intolerance. Sulfanilamide, because of its similarity with para-aminobenzoic acid, competes with it and inhibits enzyme folic acid synthase and selectively kills pathogenic organism. And allopurinol acts as a competitive inhibitor for xanthine and reduces its conversion to uric acid. So it is useful in the treatment of gout. These are the some uses of enzyme. It is a wide range of uses of enzyme. These are some terms regarding the enzymes. First is marker enzyme. Some enzymes are very useful for the diagnosis of various diseases. In disease condition, level of these enzyme increases in blood or in other body fluids. Hence, we can identify the disease. They are called as a marker enzyme. Second is isoenzyme. The multiple form of same enzyme are called isoenzyme. For example, lactate dehydrogenase exists in the blood in 5 different isoenzymic forms. Next is metal contactor. Some enzymes requires a non-protein metal group or catalytic activity, which is called as a metal cofactor. Then multi-enzyme, composed of or involving 2 or more enzymes that function together in a biosynthetic pathway, or it is a group of several different enzymes. Next is allosteric enzyme. The enzyme whose catalytic activity is regulated by itself are called allosteric enzyme. These are also called as a regulatory enzymes. For example, phosphofructokinase is an allosteric enzyme which converts fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-diphosphates. Next is a metalloenzyme or a cofactor. Some enzymes require a non-protein metal group for catalytic activity, which is called a cofactor. Induced enzyme. The enzymes produced in presence of substrate are called induced enzyme. For example, hepatic macrosomal enzymes. Next is constitutive enzyme. The enzyme produced in absence of substrate are called a constitutive enzyme. For example, a glycolytic series. Thank you guys for listening this video. Thank you so much.